So now it's all about cleanliness. This is heat shrink tubing, the big stuff. I get it in large rolls, I think 20 feet, 50 feet. I don't remember. It's all very forward. But let me find a link to leave you somewhere at the bottom. I think this is 2-inch stuff. It's measured a little differently than you think. So this is 2-inch, but I think they measure it or sell it as 2 1/4. Anyways, naturally I've got 3 or 4 different sizes. I keep them all in large rolls, rolled up. You can see how this naturally has that drama built in. I keep the rolls in a big box, and that way they're not too tight. But quite simply, this is all clean. I went through, gosh, maybe 15, 18 passes to really get it clean. I still have, this is just staining my hands. I've actually cleaned my hands. So I'm going to work hard. This is all about cleanliness. This will be the sleeve because I've worked off X amount, that millimeter total in circumference. I'm going to replace it with this. So both sides I'm going to end up cutting at the end. So I want them to overlap just a little bit. So now we're going to talk about heat distribution, and this is what takes forever. This is where you all get bored and fall asleep. Heat gun. Drill. I'm going to get it turning, and then I'm going to slowly heat it up. Make sure it's got a bit of drama. I want that drama brought out of it so it's quite malleable. And then I'm going to start in the middle. And as I work in the middle, then I'm going to work out. And I'm telling you this now because this freaking thing's going to turn on and it's going to be ridiculous. But once I get it out, I want to start in the middle so I don't get any air bubbles. Otherwise, you get some freaking air bubble here or here, and it's stupid. You can't chase them out because this stuff just seals like the 4th of July if I do it right. So once I do that, then I'm going to work it really good and get it as, believe it or not, as hard as I can. So be prepared to be a little bored. Here we go. That's a little fast. I'm going to slow it down. Maybe I'll hit these ends a little harder. This is not a hair dryer. This is a heat gun. It is putting out some heat. Okay, there it goes. It's starting to go. I'm gonna start in the middle. Really do my best. Keep it moving just a little so I'm not killing anything. I really want to work it. I really want it to be a nice, smooth, even process. It's got to be tight enough where it's really grabbing onto the platen, but it doesn't have to be super hard yet. I'll do the hard at the end, trying to get it as even as possible. So we're going to rock it this way. The heat kind of takes care of itself. You don't have to be too crazy with it. It's a crap ton of heat. Oh, I got a bubble trying to form, so I'm going to back up just a little. Okay, now it's trying to fall off the end. Cool. Okay, so now I kind of got it. I'm going to just give it a crap ton more heat because I want to get it just a little harder, like I mentioned. The more heat I can give it, the harder I can make it happen. I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. This drill's going really slow. And that's important. The more heat you give it, the more it'll tighten up, the harder it'll get. Otherwise, it's going to be too soft and the dang serifs are just going to punch right through. So this is a trick. Several minutes of this, really heating it up. Really making sure it's all good. And you'll have, some areas will be a little matte, some areas will be a little gloss. When I'm all done, I'm going to hit it with some real light sandpaper to give it all a nice, smooth, even finish. So here's one of the lines here. I'm going to rock this line as best I can. Just kind of heat it, and then I'm going to do the outside of the line. The line will be there. You will visually be able to see it. Once I hit it with sandpaper after the fact, though, you probably won't. So let's go to the other side to that line. Again, I'm getting the line real hot just to make sure it doesn't bump. We don't want a bump in that line. We don't want anything proud. This thing has a nice toothing, so the platen, the old platen underneath has a nice toothing. So it'll grab onto this real good. Okay, I'm going to turn this again. I think I accidentally got it going the other way, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to say I'm satisfied with that. And the reason I'm saying I'm going to say is because I won't know until it cools. Right now it's extremely hot. I will not touch it. I will not set it down. I will simply put it in a place where the drill can hold it upright and it can cool. And then when it's done cooling, I'll check and make sure it feels hard enough to be a platen, yet soft enough to be a soft platen. Then it's going to be this to this, and this sucker is going to rock. It is very hard. Again, this is an X-Acto knife, so you got to cut it away from you. This sucker will, obviously, as with any X-Acto knife, it'll cut right into your skin. Okay, this is going to be great. I'm going to let this cool 10-15 minutes, then I'll cut it and feel it, and it should be all good to go. I'll touch here. It feels pretty good. Again, I won't really know until it's done. I want it hard enough to be a platen, yet soft enough to take the slug. It's just like a tire on a road. Roads are flat, yet tires are round. It's very confusing. Same thing. You got a flat slug hitting a round surface. You need a bit of drometer, a bit of sponge. It's referred to as drometer, or drama. You need a bit of drama in the surface so that it gives just a little. Right. I hope y'all like that example. Okay. Bob Marshall, Typewriter Muse. How to recover, refurbish a hard platen. Typewritermuse.com. Until next time.